They tried to release it to me without checking me out of the system. The guy had told me, "Oh, you could just take it, and I'll note the account here that it's been picked up." As he tried to sell me an open box item, and then what I had overheard or maybe remotely viewed was they did that because they didn't want that item to be connected back to like that Home Depot or whatever. So they were going to just say that the purchase wasn't completed or something, I think, because they know that they tampered with it. Something strange about that. I don't know what it is. There was something very strange about that transaction. So while I was sitting there and I was forced to wait more than 15 minutes, and supposedly their rapes or attacks for their multi level marketing come in 15-minute increments. So I had no problem waiting because I knew what I wanted to do. I had every intention of purchasing a different item. The reason I ordered that was because I know that they like to troll me, is what they call it. This is not trolling. You're actually interfering with a person's life. Um, you're greatly interfering with a person's life. It's trafficking if you don't realize it, if you're too stupid to realize it, if you don't care. It is trafficking. Um, so while I'm sitting there waiting this unnecessary 15 minutes for Home Depot's system that has glitched out to come back online, I'm like, I don't know. It was just a strange experience overall. That was where they were making mention of the gunpowder and stuff. It's all to make me sound paranoid when I talk about it, but this is shit that really happened. I have GoPro video of it. Uh, so what else? What else? What else? I came on here very specifically to say one thing. Oh, every time I talk about this, the upstairs voices are saying every time I talk about this, some shit happens. As if that's going to get me to stop talking about it. Like I said, I don't care if I end up on the street. I will not be silent. I watched Terry Crews mention the big wig at William Morris Entertainment and gang stalking in the same fucking interview. I have belief and good reason to believe he's not lying. Um, so everyone does not matter to me because that's a manipulation. The AI voice using this repetitive harassment. It is literally like electronic harassment, digital harassment, to try to force me into what? Wasting more time right now. It's 4 a.m. I actually have to do shit. Um, and then, like, I have to clean. I have so much cleaning to do, yet I spend so much time on here explaining what you're doing to me to you. And it's hilarious. Uh, So whether or not that's the whole thing. They've done all these things, these steps from their MLM, the steps that AI has told them based off of information they've gathered from me through their sources. So when people ask me questions, they're putting that information back into the AI system as far as things that I like, my goals, my hopes, and my dreams. And the AI system is returning back to them a script on how to crush all of that shit. So that's what it is, if you were wondering. And every time, I'm gonna tell you, every time they start that AI stalker fucking voice up, right? Like, so I made the last video. As soon as I had logged off, they started that shit up as a way to trigger me. So here's the trigger. I'm going to talk about it. Um, and that's the same, those are the noises that you hear that's going on upstairs. It's the 4 a.m. foot traffic. This is just the time they get up, I guess. It's every day. So it's the time that I wake up, but that's me, my own biological clock with no alarm. It sounds like they have put their shoes on though, and they're just doing a little dance party. Uh, and it goes on right up until I leave for work. I don't know if it continues afterwards because I've never gone back to check the cameras. It's really funny. So, like I said, it has a lot to do with IQ is the reason why I'm still here. People with lesser IQs, I don't know if they do it to them. I'm pretty sure that they do because they've done it to someone before and gotten away with it. That's the whole part. Um, things I not I won't say worried about, but things that because I'm not worried about anything. Things that weigh heavy on me. The lady, like when you when people that connect you to certain places that you feel have violated you start to die, and you've watched all this crazy shit in the news, and part of it is like the fear mongering. So they fear monger you into a state of paranoia. I'm not paranoid though, I'm just explaining things that are happening. Fear monger you into a state of paranoia, and that's when they just do whatever they want. Um, at that point, they are able to do whatever they want because you're so paranoid about everything. You're probably locked yourself in your house, and that's what the pandemic was. So, so like I said, I'm gonna go to work today, and we're gonna go through this long slow me down. We're trying to slow you down. Oh, that's another thing. One of the things I hear often at work, and one of the reasons I work in the way that I do, and part of this is maybe the what do you call it, mind control, the brainwashing that they've done. um, they set up situations to make me work harder than any person ever in the history of all time would ever, because they try to make me prove myself. They think that I have this big old need to continue to prove myself. No, I have a need to prove injustice. So it's not a need to prove myself necessarily. It's a need to stay in places long enough to get information that I need. And if the requirement of that is performing to their outlandish requests of me, like being told one day to slow down so that I'm accurate, and on the next day that I'm not doing things as quickly as expected, I would like someone to do it quicker and with more accuracy. If that's what you're looking for, I'm letting you know that you should find that. And I don't know how long you've been looking, because it looks like people have not lasted more than like 6 months, which is around the point where I'm at right now in that position. Maybe somehow. But maybe the reason to keep them there only for 6 months makes it easier to do the frauds. Who knows? There are things, so many things that I consider, like name changes. When places change names, something happened to make them change their name. When people stay in places for 30 years, they are seniored into that position because they are integral to a network. So it goes two ways. The people who have been there 30 years, more likely than not, know about gang stalking. People who have been at places 20 to 30 years, more likely than not, have participated in gang stalking. So be mindful of what law firms you send me to and who you have me interview with. But I won't stop trying, because my intention is to share my story with the world. So as soon as I get off of this, I wonder if they're gonna everybody, everything me and give me some more stuff to talk about. We'll see. I'll come back if they do.